all-knowing and all-powerful, starting with the elderly wolf uncle chapter 130. How can this be? Superheroes who represent justice cannot be so embarrassed. Fact. I can't take it all. Quote. Is our city going to be over? Time, grief, despair, dazedness. All kinds of negative emotions began to spread rapidly among all the people who witnessed the outcome of this battle. And Queen Maeve was happy to see this scene, and the motherland in the eyes of passers-by is a righteous existence. He is a hero on high who can save anyone from fire and water. But she understood the true face of the motherland, and now seeing him knocked down, the thoughts in her mind before were more certain. The corners of his mouth rose slightly. Now the motherland is no longer invincible. This teenager proved everything to her. Meanwhile, Walker Corporate Public Relations. Ashley. Barrett looked at the picture on the big screen in front of him, his brows like two earthworms, tightly twisted together. Walking back and forth anxiously, a pair of eyes could almost spew fire. Damn it, where did this strange guy come from? Where exactly did it come from? Fact. She questioned the others in a loud voice, her expression contorted and her spit flying. Sorry, we didn't find any clues about this teenager. The subordinate held the tablet, and when he answered this sentence, the expression on his face was nervous. Such a response obviously made Ashley even more irritable, and her whole body trembled. Waste. It's all fucking waste. Ya fake. After a violent roar, she directly grabbed the tablet in her subordinate's hand and slammed it on the ground. Why didn't the police block the scene yet? Then, she began to point to the live broadcast on the screen and cursed. Also, how come these news live broadcasts are not cut off? Are they all trying to go against us at Walker? We pay so many taxes every year, do we feed the dogs? Her assistant looked at Ashley with an embarrassed expression. The popularity accumulated by the people of the motherland is too high, and now when encountering such a thing, no one wants to miss it at all. The assistant said in a weak tone, and as he spoke, he also peeked at Ashley from time to time. No matter what the cost, it must be cut off. Ashley cannot care about this now, and continues to unreasonably scold. Also, the scene must be blocked, and anyone who sees the truth with their own eyes is not allowed to leave. Then, several figures pushed the door and entered. None other than the Super Six. Locomotive, Kamakai, transparent people, and the color of the whole body wrapped in black uniforms. After entering the door, Xuanhuan looked at the defeated motherland on the screen, thoughtful, and Ashley saw the arrival of several people. And immediately grabbed the shoulder of the locomotive impatiently. You first give me the motherland to me and bring it back from that person. You can't let him continue to be exposed in public. Quote. That's an opponent that even the people of the motherland can't solve. How can I snatch someone from him? The black locomotive, dressed in a blue and white discreet uniform and wearing sunglasses, looked very embarrassed when he heard Ashley's request. Several people from the Shanghai on the side also nodded, deeply impressed. However, Ashley took a few steps forward and poked her finger at the locomotive. Do this with your speed. Quote. Between words, her attitude was tough, and there was no room for maneuver when she listened. Be confident, you are the fastest man in this world, you just bring back a person. You can definitely do it. Quote. The words fell, she saw that the locomotive was still about to say and stop, and the expression on her face became darker, even gloomy. The good words have been said, don't force me. Quote. Okay, I'll go. Seeing that the other party's attitude had become dangerous, the 323 locomotive had to nod helplessly, and then turned and left the room. Then, the good-faced Deep Sea asked, then how many of us can do something? Although sometimes, they also don't like certain actions of the company. But you can also understand that this time the stakes are very important, and it is likely to affect your future. You should hurry up and do something that can divert the attention of the people. Quote. Ashley took a deep breath. Can't let them continue to pay attention to this matter. Yes. When several people in the deep sea heard this, they nodded emphatically. In the face of the current situation, there is no room for shirking responsibility. Subsequently, the remaining superhumans also quickly left the room, ready to do something for themselves. Meanwhile, the events of the defeat of the motherland will naturally not be of concern to only a part of the population. Coupled with his battle with Chen Tian, the scope of the impact was too wide. If it weren't for those who really didn't have the conditions. At this time, almost everyone is watching the live broadcast, or directly onlooking. And in a quiet, dim, cramped small room, a man with deep eye sockets and a thick beard also sat in front of the TV and watched the live broadcast of the incident. Seeing the picture, the people of the motherland were deflated in Chen Tian's hands one after another. The corners of his mouth are always curved. It can be seen that the man is in a good mood. And this man is Billy Butcher, those superhumans of the future, and the worst enemy of Walker. That's it. Teach this damn beast a lesson. Seeing Chen Tian smashing the motherland into the ground, his eyes flashed and he shouted loudly. Well done. It's better to start a little heavier and directly slaughter this damn bedbug. Seeing that Chen Tian's knee made the motherland lose his mobility, he couldn't help but stand up, and his whole body trembled with excitement. The reason why Butcher hated the people of his homeland so much. It was because the latter had raped his wife, causing her to disappear. This made him begin to understand that he hated the people of the motherland, and at the same time made him understand that these so-called superheroes, national idols at the same time as the surface is shiny. In fact, every one of them stinks inside. It can be said that almost none of the six-person group shaped by Walker is clean. Over the years, everyone else is worshipping the Super Six. Butcher, however, has been secretly hatching plans to take revenge on Walker and the motherland. He must destroy this group of sanctimonious scum. And now, someone actually helped him out first. How could he not be excited? And after Butcher stood up and excitedly shouted a few words. On the screen, Chen Tian, who was floating in the air, moved. Carrying the figure of the motherland, it flashed and turned into a fierce wind and rushed towards the Walker building. Countless people below noticed the iconic edifice in the distance. Queen Maeve also noticed. She was shocked. This guy is going to Walker Tower? That's the headquarters of superheroes. Chapter 93. Build super soldiers and replicate superpowers infinitely. Interior of the Walt Corporation. In a closed, dimly lit monitoring room. Dozens of solemn-looking staff are staring intently at the hundreds of screens in front of them, which are divided into dozens of small pictures, showing the large and small street corridors in the city. It even includes some corners that no one usually notices. This is where the Walt Group monitors criminals and superheroes. Even all corners of the country are being watched. Ashley. After Barrett explained the other superhero tasks, he stepped out of the office and rushed to the monitoring room. First chapter, previous chapter 130-186, next chapter, epilogue, table of contents.